my dad loved like all of like the classic horror movie monsters, and it's like, he was someone who like tried to familiarize me with them, but like I had to get there on my own. Dracula as a whole, like in general, I just have been drawn to like the vampiric aspect and like the gothic aspect because I myself am alternative, and Lucy in general is like trying to, not even trying, but like diving into that realm.
If audience can leave a theater having a conversation or thinking about the nature of man a little bit more, I'm here for that. That's why I'm an actor. I like that kind of feeling.
Dracula's a lot darker, a lot more gothic. I've seen some other darker plays, but they're much more realistic. I like the fictional aspect of Dracula, probably more than the more darker, looking at the darker side of humanity sort of aspects of the other types of shows.
I think it's been a long time since most people have seen like the original, kind of like that original gothic nature of, well, who's the man, who's the monster type thing that the original Dracula has. And I think that's something to be pretty excited for, because that's not something you really get very often nowadays.
Being able to play a role that I've always wanted to play, a dream role, is very exciting for me. And I think that kind of helps feed into some of the manic energy that Renfield gives off, because there is this touch of excitement within myself knowing, oh my gosh, I finally get to play a character that I've always wanted to play.
I always struggle playing like smaller, like meeker characters just because it's not how I naturally act. It's just not how I naturally play. So it's something that I'm trying to find a mix where I'm trying to like have her be like her small, sickly self, but still be able to find the drama in it and drawing the story.
I do see Miss Wells as a mother. I see her taking on Lucy as her own daughter, and she's protective of her, and she's sensitive to the struggle that Lucy is going through right now. She sees her fading before her eyes, and that's devastating, as much as it is to Dr. Seward.
Because it's the first time I'm in here, it's been more learning the lines than getting into the character as much, but I have a fairly long history of role-playing games, and so I kind of try and draw on that.
I think set crew, set and backstage crew definitely make it more believable, because yes, you can look at people and go, oh, they're this, and this, but without the world being visibly there, it's a lot harder to imagine.
When you're on stage, you're memorizing lines, you're making sure all the character, you're in character, all that's happening. Whereas backstage, you're more like, okay, I need to make sure, it's all about timing still. I have to make sure this happens at this time, but it's more how what you're doing reflects on everybody else, because it reflects the kind of suspension of disbelief. If you're not on time, the special effect I'm most excited for, I'd probably say, special effect-wise, is probably the fog machine, because it really sells that kind of like illusion of this is ethereal, this is some otherworldly thing.
I'm so excited for like all of the effects and the sounds, like all the tech is really, really cool, and it's really coming together really nicely.
We built a trapdoor for it, and that took a lot of planning in and of itself, and just making sure that it was stable enough for people to stand on it without it being so stable as to not function as a trapdoor.
The fog and the trapdoor, practical effects like certain props that are being thrown and shattering mirrors, sound effects, the fact that we have someone writing practically an entire score for a stage play, which is something I've never really seen in media before, having a score for a straight play rather than for a musical. It's almost Halloween time. We're doing the performances right at the beginning of October, so it's kind of getting everyone into the spirit of like, woo, spooky, Halloween, creepy. And the fact that we're doing the performance in an old church is very fitting for Dracula, in my opinion.
It's just such a cool show, and it's something that for October, it's gonna be perfect for Halloween, and I'm just so excited for people to see it.